71 passengers and crew were on the flight from Dhaka to Kathmandu. Witnesses report seeing the turboprop flying extremely low, abort its landing and then turning to land again from the other end of the runway. After narrowly missing other aircraft on the ground, it crashed down a slope at the side of the runway and burst into flames. Fire engines, ambulances and security personnel rushed to the wreckage inside the airport perimeter. Some passengers managed to break a window and scrambled out, almost unscathed. Others were pulled free and taken to hospital. Many of the dead were charred beyond recognition. Nepal's Prime Minister visited the scene.
This is a terrible accident. From what I understand from airport officials, the plane was in difficult position, but the pilot did not ask for emergency landing and tried to land, leading to this fatality. We offer our condolences to the Bangladeshi government and the Bangladeshi people.
The airline's chief executive in Bangladesh is blaming air traffic controllers. And in a leaked recording of the conversation between the flight deck and air traffic control, other pilots listening were concerned that the flight might crash. An investigation committee has been set up to find the cause.
Behind me is the wreckage of the plane where the last of the bodies are being recovered, and police and army personnel are taking out personal belongings of the passengers and putting it aside. As you can see, the plane has been burnt beyond recognition except for the tail, and if you look at the area that's been singed, the grass that has been singed on the ground, it looks that there was a massive explosion over here.
Nepal has a poor air safety record with more than 70 crashes since 1949, but most fatalities have involved planes flying into the Himalayas or trying to land at mountain airports. The Bombardier Dash 8 involved in this latest disaster is built in Canada, and executives are expected to fly in to join the crash investigation.
Body bags and charred belongings border the wreckage of the downed US-Bangla flight. 49 people died, but some survived.
I don't know anything. I don't remember. I remember the accident, nothing else. I don't know how I got out.
Witnesses say as the plane approached Kathmandu airport, it began to shake and swerve.
It then tilted and hit its wings and engine and crashed. I saw it catch fire and ran towards it.
It clipped a fence before crashing into a football field near the runway.
2 or 3 people fell or jumped out of the windows, but the end of the plane was burning very badly.
The plane broke into several pieces. Dozens of firefighters and rescue workers rushed to the site as thick plumes of black smoke could be seen. Airport officials say the aircraft skidded off the runway after attempting to land in the wrong direction. But the investigation, rescue, and recovery efforts are still underway. It's a sadness felt by the nation before. In recent years, Nepal has had a history of airplane crashes across the country.
Do we know what might have caused this crash?
Well, Mark, there are conflicting accounts from the airliner and the airport on what happened. The CEO of US-Bangla Airlines accuses Kathmandu's air traffic control for giving wrong signals. He added that the captain, who survived the crash, had more than 5,000 flying hours under his belt. He also insisted that after hearing air traffic control conversation, the pilot was not to blame. But the general manager of the airport says the pilot disregarded their messages and came in from the wrong direction. Airport officials had apparently told the pilot to approach the runway from the south, but he instead came in for landing from the north. When asked if things were okay, they said the pilot replied yes. Officials then told him that the plane was not properly aligned with the runway, to which there was no reply. Witnesses say the plane swerved repeatedly and was flying low before the accident happened. The charred remnants of the aircraft have been scattered across a grassy field near the runway, and rescuers are scouring the crash site. Just over a dozen people are said to have been pulled from the wreckage and are receiving treatment at a nearby hospital. The Nepalese Prime Minister, who visited the crash site, has promised an immediate investigation. The mountainous area of Nepal is notorious for poor air safety, and small planes often run into trouble at remote